So I think what I'm hearing, because like I asked this question just thinking about how often someone will be afraid of taking a step in a direction of what they desire, whether it's something really public and visual like what you're doing, or even just having that hard conversation with someone in a family.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I'm taking away from what you're sharing is that actually that reaction that we fear that there's going to be this massive backlash of criticism might not actually be the case. That
Yeah.
yeah.
Sure. It's unlearning. For one of my favorite mantras is unlearn, unlearn, unlearn. Because we tell ourselves these stories, and I do it all the time. And waking up in the morning and dreading the inbox and worrying there's going to be someone who is unleashing on me today. It's most of the time that's actually not the story at all. It's not even close.
Mhm.
So being really aware of the stories that we're telling ourselves and the tapes that are running, as the tapes that are running in our head, the gremlins, and really checking them.
Mhm.
And also, are we in our integrity? Or are we like having those hard conversations with people that might not understand what we're doing? Is it in our integrity to have the conversation? And if so, what is it really about? Just being really brave
Mhm.
before we even ever enter the conversation and looking inward is what is this really about? And the boundary work of, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like really not projecting into the idea that whatever is happening out there somehow determines the experience, to really
Yeah.
like start with like it's starting with me, what I want to have, what I have as a vision for this conversation that's hard, or what I have a vision for
Mm-hmm.
um, my art, that I would hope to be as wildly successful as
Yeah.
Kelly Ray's art. Like if it's constantly about like that end result over there, how someone's going to be reacting or how the world is going to respond, that's
Yeah.
like kind of you're losing coming straight out of the gate.
Yes, you are. Like as much as I work, I work, boundaries are really important to me, both in my friendships and my family life and my marriage and all that. But it's equally as important to me when it comes to my work,
Hmm.
because if I'm not standing in my mission, vision, integrity, brave choices, am I being brave with my life? Am I being brave with my work? Then that boundary is, if it's not shored up, these things from the outside world permeate that boundary, and I am sort of dismantled in some way. So it's not really. I'm not suggesting that we're like ice cold stone,
No.
but we have to be really shored up in what belongs to us and what doesn't belong to us. Is, I guess, how I think of it.
Perfect. I love that. I love that. I think that's a great takeaway too. And it leads into another thing I wanted to ask you about. I interviewed both Brene Brown and Andrea Scher for the Courageous Living program. So happy to have you in too, because I know you love them and their work.
Yes,
And
yes.
when I was talking with Andrea, I was talking with her about Brene Brown's concept of the shame-based fear of being ordinary, and
Mhm.
how it can be that like with this internet age, sometimes there can be this pressure, like it's not enough anymore to just like have a studio and paint. Somehow you've got to turn it into a business and all this. And when people do that, it's totally lovely, and at the same time, like there can be this sense of comparisons that come up, or